Nothing outly captures the reality of the Imo State currently better than the scripture passage that says, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal, to kill, and destroy." John 10:10. When a thief or a demagogue comes to power, the town or city or state suffers stealing, murder, destruction, and pillage. Imo State currently typifies that reality more than any other state in today's Nigeria. For those who have a sense of history, it was the mismanaged crisis of one region of Nigeria that killed the First Republic. It was the mishandled crisis in one state, the Omobori saga in Odo State, in 1983, and injustices of the 1983 elections that escalated out of control and led to the death of the Second Republic. The fundamental lesson here is that crises in one corner of Nigeria, not masterfully and timely resolved, with clear elements of justice noticeably present, can truncate our entire democracy. Gentlemen, we shall at this point call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who promised Nigerians free and fair elections, and we in the opposition believed him to be notified to tune in to this press conference this morning. We also call on the National Security Advisor, who in a meeting with the political parties promised to rein in all armed militias operating in the various states, particularly those that are state-backed, to also be notified to listen to this press conference. We call that the indefatigable Superintendent General of Police also to be alerted that we have something of interest for him, and he should tune in. The Director General of the State Security Services should tune in, and indeed all heirs of security agencies. We call on all election observers, both domestic and foreign, to tune in, and indeed the international community and all the foreign nations in our country. We call on Igbo people who have been living in fear of where the next bloodshed will flow from into the rivers of blood in Imo to also tune in. Lastly, we call on all DATO people to listen. Please pray you all tune in. In less than an hour, we will be done. Gentlemen, sometime last year, after our first national spokesperson, Ikenga, Imo Igoshi, released information to the world about the grand compromise of the Nigerian voter register and in what is now popularly called the Omuma Magic, all hell was let loose and his life has been threatened since then. Despite the numerous shouts and the attacks that have so far been carried out, targeting his life, sadly his attackers and the election riggers who are behind it are still walking freely in the streets of Nigeria and Imo State. On the 23rd of December 2022, the Kenga's convoy was attacked in Diato, his hometown. In that attack, one Shinaza Umaneri, who doubles as the special advisor to the governor of Imo State, was identified as the one who led the attackers and coordinated the operation. The Kenga survived that attack on his life only by the very special grace of God upon him. Petitions were written, the Kenga shouted, sadly nothing has been done to date. On the 14th of January 2023, in an attack very much like a terrorist operation, the Kenga's country home came under heavy attack. By the time the attackers left, his uncle and 3 others were left dead, murdered in cold blood for no reason. Houses were burnt, about 32 cars were burnt, and the attackers really used improvised explosive devices to bring down houses. Property worth almost $1 billion belonging to Ikenga. The common villagers, his guests and associates were lost in that attack. Again, to date, the blood of innocent people killed in that attack are daily crying for justice. Again, on the 17th February 2023, the Kenga sent out another SOS message that his house, or what was left of his house, had again come under attack. He cried out for help and did not get help. Many will have thought that that was one attack too many, but indeed, that was what it was. It seems that there is a very desperate attempt by those after the Kenga to finish the job they have been instructed and contracted to do. However, before this third attempt on Kenga's life, he had taken certain personal security measures. Security barriers were erected on the avenue to his family home. CCTV cameras were mounted, among other measures. Now, Everybody listen attentively to this shocking revelation so you will understand the full story of the issues of unknown gunmen in Imo State. When the gunmen struck, they first took out all the CCTV cameras they could see in the compound. They were armed to the teeth with guns, machetes, and charms. They believably had information that the Ikenga was around when they struck. When they could not find him, they terrorized the occupants in his house, robbed them, destroyed property, and planted incriminating items in the house. We will show you the evidence shortly. Gentlemen, the part of this third attack that shocked us and made our hearts bleed is that some of the attackers have been identified. You will see their faces today. And sadly, serving police officers in the Imo State Police Command, at least one officer from the Police Force Intelligence and Investigation Bureau, FIB, members of the notorious and protective Obiangu network of the Imo State government, and other unidentified gunmen. We have made effort to let Nigerians see for themselves the video evidence of what we speak about. We now try to play the video so that Nigerians will see for themselves. So you can watch that, please. I want the camera to be pinned on that side. So you can see that as they are moving in, you can see that one of them has been identified in that arrow that you saw. And some of the noticeable, look at them, people have run and they are taking their properties. They are stealing what is left of whatever those who have run for their lives have left behind. Imagine. If you look at, I started by saying that the thief cometh not but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And you see what they are doing. After 2 attempts on his life, these guys are not letting off. They are not cooling down. They are looking for every means, because it's hard. That policeman is from that. You can see him. He's from that community. He's from that division. So from the Imo government state house, that policeman you are seeing there. No, they are still moving around looking for what to steal. They are still moving around looking for who to kill. They are still moving around to plant incriminating evidence or items against Ikenga so that they can nail him later for terrorism charges. Look at them. Look at them. In the state where we have government, in the state where we have law and order, in the state where we have security, you can see his face. You can see his face. Because it's a police officer. You can see his face, a police officer. They believe they have destroyed all the CCTV cameras, but they were just stupid by half. Because the game guy is always outsmarting them. You can see them. You can see them. Daylight. They heard he was in the house and they came again. And they came again. But the people of Idiaton love Ikenga so much. Look at police. You can see. You can see police team squad. You can see AKS. Look at that. Look at that. Look at them. So this thing is very, very clear. You can see this is not video game. This is real life. These are murderous elements who are looking for Ikenga to kill him. He's stealing phone. Look at, he has stolen phone. Is this what a Nigerian police or man or officer should be doing? He's stealing phone. People are charging phone. He's stealing them. They're still looking for Ikenga. They're still looking for him to kill him. At this moment, we need to appreciate the cooperation and solidarity of the Idiato people who quickly alerted Ikenga and his envoy that these guys are coming back and they should find a way to escape and secure themselves. The solidarity, the love for Ikenga in Idiato is unprecedented. Even despite all the carnage and the hardship that the state terrorists have made them go through. But for their alertness and their cooperation and solidarity, we'll be here today telling a different story. But we thank God. Look at them. They are looking for what to steal. These are supposed to be police officers. This is not the way they train our police officers. This is not the true image of Nigerian police officers. These are rogue officers. This is not the image of our police. Look at him. Look at him. We have that MPF. That's supposed to be a noble apportionment of uniform. Look at the logo. Can you see it? Can you see it? These are not unknown gunmen. These are policemen in the state house of Imo. But they have gone rogue. This does not represent Nigeria police. The international community must recognize that this does not represent the image of our police. But these are officers who have gone rogue, doing the bidding of one politician who is in government. Yeah, they are policemen from government house. Yeah. So we have to make that clear. But still they are policemen. But they do not represent the image of the Nigerian police. And that is why the IGP must take action against these policemen. Must take action against whoever is their commanding officer. I must take action on the Commissioner of Police of Imo State for allowing this to happen. Because there's no way this can happen without clearance or the knowledge or the awareness of the highest authorities of the Imo State Police Command. So we will still come back with more videos, but let's just continue with this. We have made effort to let Nigerians see for themselves the video evidence of what we speak about. This is not fake news. This is not video game. We will now try to play the video so that, okay, we have played it. Having taken out all the CCTV, they could see. They did not know there were other high-tech devices that could not be seen, but could see them clearly. Now the world can see the clear evidence whether the attackers are the people who claimed were separatists against the head meeting with to stop election in South Seas, or whether they are the state-backed militia against the alleged were behind the attacks. Please, camera, zoom in on the television set here. Now let us play the video, second video, right? Okay, same thing. So let's just continue. In the video, you could see the time they approached the gate. You could also see them armed with machetes. You could see also the one in red t-shirt and black jacket, who has now been identified as a police officer stealing from the house. You could also see the one who deliberately destroyed the overhead water tank in the compound and burst it open. There are much more, but those will be for the security agencies to do their work in apprehending these people. Gentlemen and ladies, we will not believe that these officers of the law you have seen in this video are supposed to be officers of the Nigerian Police Force that the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba Al-Kali, has been working hard to reform. We will not believe that the Police Service Commission will be proud that even one policeman will be found to have gone rogue to the extent of carrying out attack just as you have seen. Upon getting hold of this video and on the identification of the persons involved, we set out to find out what really happened and conducted some basic checks. Some of the men you saw in that video have also been identified as part of the squad that carried out the previous attacks and attempted murders on Ikenga. When Ikenga was shouting that his attackers were state-sponsored, the Imo State government in the flimsy defense called him a rabble-rouser, an inconsequential politician who cannot attract the attention of the state government. Yet, daily, Ikenga is a topic in the governor's office. The information we have been able to obtain sadly shows that the Commissioner of Police, Imo State Command, Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Bande, knows more about the attacks on Ikenga than he is telling the world. During the attack on the 14th January 2023, people who received the SOS sent out by Ikenga reached out to the Commissioner of Police and he assured them he had already dispatched a team to the place. Sadly, the team discharged must have missed their way because more than a month after, they are yet to arrive at his house. Clear evidence of that will be supplied to the hierarchy of the police when the inquiries begin. We have cause to believe that officer from FIB Abuja was flown in via a private jet to come and lead this hit. They said is precise and does not fail in his mission, but he has failed in this one because the hands of God are with Ikenga. The instructions were clear. If they meet any resistance in his house, take him out immediately. If they capture him alive, create a scene on the way that they came under attack and he died while trying to escape. Either way, Governor's office Imo State was awaiting the news of Ikenga's death to be announced on the 7th of February 2023. Like the governor exposed himself after the January 14 attack, he was clearly so shocked that Ikenga survived the attack that he could not get himself to change the already prepared storyline for the attack. This recording will indeed help Nigerian security agencies in solving the mystery of the unknown gunman in Imo State. And I told Governor Ogbusodima for who truly he is and the kind of so-called security report he claims to be at his disposal. I want to, at this junction, remind Nigerians that a former governor of Imo State, Okorosha, once said that the people who are called unknown gunmen in Imo State are actually being sponsored by the current state governor. So the question now, therefore, is how many people who have been gracefully murdered in Imo State have been so killed because Governor Ogbusodima gave approval? How many citizens have literally lost their lives because they refuse to align politically with Governor Ogbusodima? How many? And how many more are to go down? Shina Samadei has boasted to many who have reached out to him concerning Ikenga's allegation that he will keep his promise up to Ikenga and that the police cannot do anything to him. Shina has claimed that the Commissioner of Police in Imo State reports to him and that it is in the report that the governor wants that go to Abuja. Shinasa now contests the authority of the Inspector General of Police if he says he is the one the Commissioner of Police in Imo State will report to, and the final instruction will come from him. We insist